Flowers. When we think of flowers, bright colors and pleasant smells come to our mind. Flowers are the most attractive parts of the plants. There are different kinds of flowers of varied sizes, shapes and colors. Now let us see how does a flower grow. Flowers grow from buds. Buds are swollen parts that appear at the tips of the stems. Sepals are small green leaves that protect the flower buds. When buds burst open, colorful petals spread out to form flowers. So as you can see in the picture, it is the picture of buds, the buds of a flower. So the green color, it is the sepal which protect the buds. When the buds open, it bursts out the petals. The colorful petals, it opens and forms the whole flower. So you can see step by step the formation of a flower. In the picture it is shown. So here is the picture of a rose plant. There the buds are the smaller swollen parts which have not grown yet, and a full grown rose is shown. So in this way a flower is grown. So now let us see the parts of a flower. Flowers help plants to produce more of their own kind. The process is called reproduction. Means to produce more plants of the same type is called reproduction. Now, stamen is the male part of a flower. It consists of anther and filament. You can see in the picture it is given anther and filament. It is the male part known as stamen. Pollen grains are produced inside it. So what is pollen grains now? You know hibiscus flower, joba full. There when you touch it, yellow color, some powdery things, it sticks to your hand. That is the pollen grain. Yellow powder. That is the pollen grain. Again, stigma, style, pollen tube, ovary, ovule. These parts consist of the female part and known as the carpel or pistil. We call it as pistil. Okay. Then the colorful part, it is the petal. The green color, it is the sepal which protects the flower buds. And other two parts are receptacle and stem. So these are the parts of a flower. Now let us see how the pollen grains are transferred, how a fruit is formed. To make a fruit, pollen from one flower is carried to another flower by wind, water or by small insects. So here is the picture where you will see that pollen grains are transferred from one flower to another flower by insects. So now what happens when the insects sit on the flowers, sit on the large and bright flowers, then while feeding on nectar and pollen, the insects pollinate the flowers. Means the pollen grains, it sticks to the insect, and when that insect sits on another flower, this pollen grains gets transferred to that flower, from one flower to another flower. In this way it pollinates the flower. So that is why you will see for the process of pollination, most of the flowers are colorful because they attracts the insects to them. And in turn, the insects, they collect the nectar from the flowers. Also, it pollinates the other flower by transferring the pollen grains. Now what happened after pollination? What happened after the flowers pollinate? Then it forms fruit. The process of making fruit starts. So you can see the insects, it is collecting the nectar from the flower. And from there the pollen grains, it gets stick to the insect. The body of the insect, it sticks to them. And when this insect flies away and sit on another flower, then the pollen grains are transferred to that flower. So after pollination of the flowers, flowers wither off after pollination to form fruits that bear seeds. So wither off means the petals, it falls off. You can see in this diagram, after pollination the petals, it falls down. Then there the formation of seed occurs. After that the seed develops slowly, also the fruit. So seed develops from the ovule. From you will see in the parts of a flower, there is one part named as ovule. That ovule, it grows to form seed, and the ovary, the part ovary, it forms the fruit. So after few weeks, it grows to a full grown fruit. So here is the development of a tomato from a flower. So you can see first stage, it is bud. Then the flower is slowly growing. After that, with the help of insect, it is pollinated. Then the petals, it falls, wither off. Slowly the seeds are grown, and slowly the fruit is grown to a full grown tomato. So this is the whole cycle from where from a bud a fruit is grown. First the buds, then the buds are grown to form flower. From that flower, fruits are grown. Inside the fruit, seeds are present. Again, these seeds germinate to form new plants.